I'm John Burton with Poets&Quants. Welcome to our continuing undergraduate webinar series. Right now, we're going to talk to two undergraduate business candidates at the Gies College of Business at the University of Illinois. And it's a simple question. It's what pleasantly surprised you about Gies? And we have with us Mark Cruz. He's the guy who wore his Gies t-shirt or has it with him. He's majoring in supply chain management and information systems. He is a junior. And we have Kayla Gonzalez, who is also majoring in supply chain management, but with a little twist and marketing. She is in her senior year. Well, welcome, guys.
Thank you for having us.
So tell me a little about where you're from, and maybe a little fun fact about yourself and how you came to go to Gies. Mark, why don't you start?
Gotcha, can do. I actually came into Gies. I'm from Flossmoor, Illinois, so south suburbs of Illinois. I guess my path to Gies was a little bit different than most students. Almost my entire family did go to U of I at some point. So I'm pretty familiar with the campus, but when I was originally looking at schools, I had no idea what I wanted to do. And then through some research, I was able to find out about a program that Gies held over the summer called the Emerging Business Leaders, which is for minority students, Black, Latino, and Native American, with any interest in like the business world in general. At this point, I really didn't know what business even meant yet, but it seemed like something cool. So I applied, got in, and then we actually got to spend 2 weeks on campus during our summer between our junior and senior year of high school. So that was kind of my first, real instance of understanding more about business, about Gies. And then that kind of really led me to be like, yep, this is where I want to be. And this is kind of what I wanted to do. So that's kind of how I got to my place today.
Yeah, that's good background. Because juniors and seniors knowing exactly what they want to do. And business can be mysterious. What really is it? And it's a lot of different things. So, once you do your research and some homework, or as you did, participate in the program, you got a much better understanding of all the different possible careers there are in business. Kayla, where are you from? And tell us a fun fact about yourself.
Hi, so I'm Kayla. I'm currently a senior and I'm from Mundelein, Illinois. So it's about 3 hours north of campus, not too far. A fun fact about myself is that my favorite form of exercising is jump roping. And so I actually do 2,000 reps about 5 to 6 times a week. I'm pretty committed to it because I love doing it. So it's one of my favorites.
Wow. That's making me tired already. But can you share something that surprised you about Gies once you were on campus? Kayla?
Yeah, for sure. I think what surprised me about Gies was just the frequency of change within the College of Business. We see it in our curriculum. We see it in the way that we adopt technology, the ways that the college in itself has different strategies. I think that flexibility and adaptation to change is one of the key strengths of the college. And it definitely is something that is embedded in every form of the classroom environment and the extracurriculars that students are involved in. And I really do think it does help shape the mindset that our students come out with at the end of their college career here.
And Mark, what surprised you?
I think it's more for me, the family feel. Obviously every school says that we have a family feel, but Gies is really big on that. The biggest part being that we are a small college, especially when compared to other Big Ten schools. Only about 3,000 students in the school. When I say only, but that's still comparatively, pretty small. And so you get to know everyone, through your classes, through extracurriculars, through the different programs that you're a part of. At some point, you get to touch, really every other part of the college and see all that's out there. And what I love about the school is that really everyone rides for one another, right? Whenever there's a program that's happening, whenever there's an internship that's opening up, students will go out of their way to help other students. I can reach out to anybody about anything. If I have, a major case interview coming up, or if I'm applying for this scholarship, somebody else has already done it and they would be more than willing to lend a hand and help out in any way that they can. So that's probably the biggest thing and probably the most helpful part of being a Gies student.
Yeah. Now, how did you decide, both of you, in fact, to major in supply chain management? And I know you're Mark, you're also majoring in information systems, and Kayla, you're looking into marketing as well. But what was it about supply chain management that intrigued you?
For me?
Yeah, I can start with that question. I think supply chain management at the core of any business acumen is problem solving. And I think supply chain management really encompasses that a lot in terms of understanding every single process of how to get a product in a store. I think that that's what really fascinated me about it, is that I get to touch and see every part of that process and manage people at the same time. So that was really a big core reason why I chose supply chain, is because I knew that I wanted to do something a little bit more high level and strategic, but at the same time, work and manage people.
And Mark, is that true for you as well?
It's funny actually you said that, because I actually just changed my major. So
Oh,
like it's perfectly okay. Like literally over the summer, I actually changed from supply chain and information systems into marketing and information systems. So bit of a flip. But I can speak to, I guess, in terms of, my change and also what kind of helped me throughout my decision-making process.
yeah.
When you come into Gies, you come in as business unassigned or undeclared, as it's called now. So you really get a chance to touch everything. You're going to take a class in every single type of major that we have. And then for me personally, what helped me make my decision was actually my internship just this past summer. I had just decided to do supply chain before I, got into the whole, I guess, my sophomore year. And by that point, I was still kind of interested in, a bit of everything. So I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do, but I actually got an internship with BP in supply chain and realized, you know what, I think I want to, go a different direction and see what else is out there. So that's kind of how I ended up at marketing today. And it fits me a little bit better. It makes more sense for who I am and kind of my personality. And then adding the IS really just makes the difference in terms of being able to have that expertise in terms of technical experience as well. So that's kind of how it led to me being here.
And there are a lot of choices. I mean, what are some of the other choices that were available to you?
Yeah, so we have 8 majors in the College of Business. We have supply chain, IS, marketing, I guess operations, management, and then accounting and finance, of course. So there's a plethora of different choices that students get to take a pick from.
Now, Kayla, what do you do for fun on campus?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite things to do for fun on campus is to go and explore different restaurants. Green Street is notorious for being just filled with many good restaurants to try out, different cuisines, and that's one of my favorite things because I'm a huge foodie. So I was pleasantly surprised when I came to campus and saw that there are over 40 restaurants on Green Street for me to try. Honestly, I'm still trying, and I'm at my senior year, and I probably won't finish trying.
Mark, what do you do for fun?
Yeah, so I'm actually a DJ on campus. So that's kind of like my I guess my hobby and also a job as well. So I get to help out with campus events, parties, events, anything like that. So if you need somebody, I'm here.
Call Mark. Absolutely. So, Mark, tell me what your favorite course so far has been in the business school. And
In the
Kayla,
business school.
next on that question.
I think I would probably say my BATM 310 class, which is about management and understanding like organizations and understanding people and how they work, how to lead a team, how to work on a team, how to make sure everyone's on the same page and moving towards the same goal. A lot of times as a business student, you get so caught up in like analytics and you get so caught up in like the more number side of things and looking at financials. It was kind of cool to take a break and get more of an understanding of the people side of the business world as well. So I think that was probably one of my favorites.
Yeah. How about you, Kayla?
One of my favorites for sure has to be actually one that I'm in right now is my advanced marketing course. Partially because the professor is great and he's always funny, but also the other part is because the simulation that we're doing is actually pretty interesting in terms of deciding various factors and triggers to pull for a company that is a simulated company and then competing against your classmates to try to win and get the most market share. And it's just a cool tool that we get to use in the class.
Great. Now, I know that experiential learning is an important part of the Gies experience. And the school is about to roll out or is rolling out a massive set of projects to assign to students. Have either of you had experiential learning opportunities in the program, Mark?
Yeah, so for me, I can talk about Entrecore Consulting, which is one of our organizations that we have through the College of Business. It's a consulting organization that works specifically with startup companies, startup firms, startup organizations, helping them build, go-to-market strategies and things like that. And it's all student ran, student led. So it's a little bit of a different experience. And then we also have Illinois Business Consulting, which is very similar, except they focus on more Fortune 500 larger corporate entities as well. So tons of different experiences that you could take on. And those are just two that I'm naming off. But if you read our website, I'm sure you can see all of them.
Absolutely. Now, Kayla, have you been involved in an experiential learning project?
I think another way to look at experiential learning is through internship opportunities. And oftentimes that's what kind of we talk about when we talk about experiential learning at Geese. And I absolutely was able to participate in that over the summer. I got to intern for Mars Inc. In their sales department, and it was a really amazing experience. I actually just accepted a returning offer with them. And it's where I got to apply a lot of the things that I learned.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
That's great. Which leads me to another issue that I think a lot of people are always interested in, and that is how you connect with employment opportunities, whether they're internships or full-time jobs. And I always say, the business school is best at this because it's a professional school and they're training you for a specific career, and they're helping you line up opportunities to do that. Did you get your Mars internship through the school, Kayla?
Yeah, so I actually found my Mars internship through the platform that the school provides called Handshake. And this is continuously updated by Business Career Services, by different recruiters. And so that is where I found my internship, and I was able to easily apply by just uploading my resume through that platform, and they were able to see all my information and then go through the whole recruiting process with them as well.
So, Mark, can you speak to how the school helps connect you with employment opportunities?
Yeah, so all the internships that I've had so far have come through Gies in one way or another. My freshman year, I was at Deloitte, and I actually met them through not only the career fair, but also one of the student organizations that we have that align with the College of Business. As I said, I was at BP this summer, so that was also through the career fair just this last year. And then I was also at Bain and Company for their Bell program this summer. And I got that through connections through alumni that were at Geese. So everything that I've had so far has come through Geese, one way or another, whether it's through our career services office or through the connections that I've made with other Geese students and organizations.
Right. Do you have any idea where you want an internship, where you want to intern next summer?
Actually, I literally just accepted at Bain and Company for the summer. So I'm really excited about that.
How about that? That's fantastic. What now, in terms of professional development, what does the school do to help you become a professional in terms of working with others, collaborating with others, leading people, listening well to diverse opinions and perspectives, presenting effectively? What kind of opportunities are there in the school for that? Kayla?
I think it really is a big part of our core curriculum and in the classroom in general. I would say for being a business administration major, about maybe 75% of my classes all had a team project that we had to work on. And so that already kind of puts you in a setting of gathering different perspectives and trying to come up with a solution for this big presentation at the end. And so that really does give you a great amount of practice with working with different people, embracing their ideas, trying to delegate different tasks, and then at the end, being able to practice presenting in a professional environment.
Right. Mark, you want to take a swing at that too?
Yeah, I really just second everything Sis said. Most of the classes that you're going to be taking ends up at some point you're on a team project, whatever that could possibly mean. Even during COVID, there were so many times where we were still working in teams over Zoom because that's really what the college kind of, pushes very heavily and wants students to get to understand that at the end of the day, when you're working in the business world, you're going to be working on teams. Even if you look at the business instructional facility that we have, right in the middle of the atrium is nothing but tables, round tables where students can sit down, collaborate, work together in teams to work on whatever project that they're doing in class or even studying. All of it comes together to being on one big team. So yeah, that's kind of everything that we do.
Great. So now, what would be your advice to high school students who are thinking about a business degree? Mark?
First off, chill out. You'll be okay. That's always my first bit of advice. Because if they're anything like me, I was stressed out when I was first thinking about college, when I was first thinking about my career path, and all I want to do. I had no idea what I wanted to do. So you will be okay. Start there, but also follow your interests. That's kind of the biggest thing. Is you can have where you want to be, you can have where you think you should be, but things change so quickly, and pandemics happen, and the world falls upside down all the time. So don't always get so caught up in I have to be in this one place at one time. Follow your interests, follow what you enjoy, and you can't go wrong.
Yeah, that's really good advice. Kayla?
Yeah, I would say the first thing that is, I think, important to do is to reflect on your core values and ask yourself, how can the business space help me fulfill those core values? I think that there's so many good opportunities to just sit down and reflect to do that. And I think it puts you in a good headspace, like Mark said, okay, there's some clarity about where I want to go now.
Right, exactly. So if there were three things that you would tell high school students to think about when they're choosing which school to attend, what would the three things be, Kayla?
The first thing I would say is go visit the college campus. Make visits for sure in the spring, especially, which is when you'll probably be making that huge decision. And then U of I and Gies College of Business has amazing opportunities to do that. And then also talk to students that are in the college. Talk to them and ask for an opportunity to talk to them as well. Gies College of Business has opportunities to talk one-on-one with people like Mark and I who work on various opportunities to do that and connect with students. And so reach out to students, reach out to the college. And then my last piece of advice would be to trust your gut. Have confidence that you're able to make that decision, and you can trust yourself. If you have a gut feeling, go for it. That's what I would say. Keep it simple and trust your gut.
Yeah, good advice. And now, Mark, you already advised chill out. And any other advice you have for high school students and how to choose a school that's best fit for them?
Yeah, I would say for me, it'd probably be doing research, just making sure you know what you like and what you have an interest in. Figure out what school fits that, and then you really can't go wrong. Always have a second choice as well. You may have an idea of where you want to be now, but things can change at any point. So keep yourself open and think, well, if this doesn't work out the way I wanted to, what could be my second option? And then lastly, try to have fun with it as well. It can get stressful. It can be kind of like just this major, looming cloud over your head. But if you try to remember, hey, these are gonna be 4 years of a great time. Let me try to enjoy it. Let me try to have some fun, and enjoy the process while I'm going through it. Because once you get there, it's really smooth sailing, and you just got to let yourself get to that point.
Now, let me ask you, is there one thing you wish you knew that you now know before you actually set foot on campus? Mark?
I think for me, it would be, I had no idea how many opportunities would come at you so fast. So when I got to school, like literally every organization, every, program, every scholarship, like there was emails being sent out every single day. That was one thing that I would say I wasn't probably ready for yet, was just how quickly things happen. So just being more receptive to those things and, taking advantage of all of it. As opportunities come your way, you can always turn it down later. You can always say no, you can always change your mind. You're human and people won't blame you for that. So be open to those opportunities, take advantage of them, and see where they can take you, because you have no idea what it could possibly lead to.
That's true. And Kayla, is there one thing you wish you knew before you step foot on campus?
Yeah, I would definitely say just be mindful that you are going to be your best advocate for yourself. So don't be afraid to do that in the different spaces that you're in, whether it be different organizations and trying to apply to different leadership positions there. You are going to be your best advocate, and believe that you are going to be equipped to fulfill those roles, that you're going to do great in them. So that would be my big thing for that question.
Now, Kayla, you're already in your senior year. You already have a job in your pocket. Were you surprised at how quickly it all went?
Yes, absolutely. I'm still shocked that I'm a senior and that I'm at this point, and that I've done all these big decisions at this point as well. But I think that what helps me and keeps me grounded is that this has been one of the best experiences ever. Being here in the College of Business, at the University of Illinois, meeting the people that I did that helped me get to this point has been a really awesome experience. So overall, it went by way too fast, but super grateful for everything that happened.
That's great. And Mark, you're headed for a world-class experience at a world-class consulting firm. What office are you going to work in, and what are you looking forward to out of that experience?
Yeah, so I'm going to be in the Chicago office. So I'm really excited about that. I think the biggest thing for me right now is there's just so many opportunities that are out there. And so I think I'm really excited to learn about really everything that comes with, first off, consulting in general, but also the projects that we're going to be on. I'm really excited about that, see what kind of work we can do, what kind of value we can add, what kind of changes we can make. So I think that's probably the biggest thing I'm most excited about, is being able to make tangible, impactful change.
Okay, I'm going to ask one last question and then our time's up, but name a faculty member who really made a difference to you at the Gies College of Business. Mark?
So, okay, is it okay if I say two?
Yeah, of course.
Casey Abel, Kelly Jansen, without a doubt. I know, Kayla, sorry, I probably took them from you too. I'm sorry, but those two women have been like such major, like, I guess, pathfinders for me, and guides and counsel and mentors, and have just like made my college experience what it is today. I genuinely would not be here without them, either of them. And so, yeah, no, number one, number two, like they are easily the people. When I think of who's made that difference, it's them easily.
I like to hear that. I mean, they genuinely made a connection and they supported you and were very helpful. And that's really good to know that in a school with as many students as you have, you can make those meaningful connections with faculty. Kayla, were you going to name the same people?
I would have, yeah, but Mark took them. But I absolutely think that as even for professors wise, I think that my most impactful professor has been Nehemiah Scott. He is the director of the supply chain program, and he has always been a very encouraging figure in the college for me. And even throughout the whole process of applying and at this point of now accepting a job, he's always been a person to say, congratulations, I see you, you're doing great. And so just the kind words of encouragement have always been super meaningful to me.
Okay. Well, hey, listen, thank you so much for spending your time with us. Kayla, of course, is a senior. She, after a summer internship at Mars, the candy company, we all eat their candy. She's going to go off and work for Mars when she graduates next year. And Mark, of course, is going to Bain this summer. He's a junior. He has 1 year left after this year. And who knows where you'll end up. I have a feeling you're going to be a consultant, Mark. I just do. All right. Thank you both for your time. Really appreciate it. Really enjoyed you. And good luck to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. This is John Byrne with Poets&Quants. We'll be back in 5 minutes with another panel. We're going to talk about where can a Gies business degree take you. We already know the degree is taking Kayla to Mars and Mark, at least for an internship at Bain, after having done 2 other great internships. Let's see where else it can take you. See you in a few.